NTS World's trending international news, latest astrology prediction, latest horoscope. Let's begin. Yogas in Vedic Astrology. All you need to know about significant yogas or sure explicit planetary blends in a graph. So, for example, yoga is dependent on the situation with and the moon has been talking about. Here are some other significant yogas dependent on another planetary arrangement in a graph, and these yogas, for the most part, produce a tremendous and positive outcome. Gaja Kasari Yoga. Gaja Kasari Yoga is good yoga in Vedic astrology. This yoga depends on the position of Jupiter and Moon in a birth graph. This yoga is framed in the birth graph when Jupiter is in point from the Moon. The 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th spots are the middle houses in the graph. These yogas give individual riches, karma, youngsters, and thriving in information, as Jupiter alongside Moon is considered the significator of every one of this favorability in Vedic astrology. Jupiter ought to be set in its sign or the indication of a companion planet. When shaped in Kendra from ascendant or part of the benefic planets like Mercury and Venus, this gives a more promising outcome. This yoga additionally secures an individual and drops the unfavorable impact of numerous awful planets present in an outline. Kedar Yoga. Kedar Yoga is shaped when every 7 planets are available in any of the 4 houses in a birth diagram. Such a local is beneficent and can procure part of a claim and pay by ethicalness of his diligent effort from land, cultivating, and farming. Kamal Yoga. Kamal Yoga is framed when the rulers of the 9th and 4th houses are in shared points. Be that as it may, the ruler of the ascendant ought to be solid. This yoga is additionally supposed to be shaped when the master of the 4th is in praise state or is in his sign and has the part of the 10th ruler or is related to the 10th ruler. This yoga has inconsistent outcomes. The local might be fearless, kind, and rich, yet then again, he may likewise be silly. He needs to battle hard to accomplish his objective throughout everyday life. Kamal Yoga. Kamal Yoga is framed by a planetary mix where all planets are set in the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th places of a birth outline. This is considered an auspicious yoga that makes the locals lead a charmed and eminent life. He turns into the bosses of numerous expressions. Musa Yoga. Musa Yoga is framed when every one of the planets is available in the fixed signs, i.e., Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The individual with this yoga is devoted towards his work and objective. These individuals are solid and are submitted towards their standards in life, which consequently give them popularity and accomplishments. Such a local dominates in the managerial line. They amass riches and committed resources and have a glad existence. Neechabhanga Raja Yoga. Nichabang Rajyoga is the planetary blend for abrogating the awful impact of an incapacitated planet in birth outline. As the name of this yoga proposes, the abrogation of the awful implications of incapacitated planet work with an individual to achieve the situation with a lord. He drives a daily existence brimming with solace and authority. There are a few conditions for the arrangement of this yoga, e.g. when the weakened planet is in the moon or the ascendant. If the lord of the sign where the planet is incapacitated is in the middle of the ascendant or the moon. If the lifted planet of the sign wherein the planet is weakened is in the point from the ascendant or the moon. If the lord of a sign impacts the incapacitated planet of a similar sign, if the lord of the planet that is incapacitated and the lord of the planet that is magnified are in the middle from one or the other moon or ascendant. Assuming the lord of the weakened sign and the lord of the magnified sign are in the middle from the ascendant or the moon. Various yogas in horoscope yogas or sure explicit planetary mixes in a diagram. It is seen that these yogas influence the existence of a person by giving a type of result, positive or contrary. Yogas have the restrictive attributes of our Indian astrology. However, there are many yogas in Indian astrology. A portion of these are significant and are read up usually by astrologers for a reason for breaking down the horoscope. There are different yogas in Indian astrology. Some significant yogas depend on the situation of other planets set in a horoscope. Yogas, depending on the case with Sun and Moon, have critical significance. Here are some significant yogas dependent on the Sun, Moon, and another planetary arrangement in a graph. Some of these are propitious, some are unfavorable, and others are exceptional and significant. Yogas. Ominous yogas in horoscope. A portion of the ominous yogas which by and large produce adverse outcomes. Kemdrum Yoga. This is one of the negative yogas in Indian astrology except if it is dropped by the arrangement or part of other benefic planets present in a diagram. When there is no planet except for Sun, Rahu, and Ketu in the 2nd and 12th house from the Moon, Kemdrum Yoga is framed. This yoga is known for destitution, disappointments, challenging work, and battle. In the existence of locals since Moon, the main planet in Indian astrology, gets no help from any planet. The torment of Moon in this manner receives an individual far from the gift of Moon. Notwithstanding, it is seen that Kemdrum Yoga as the end of the week are dropped when the Moon has the part of benefic planets. The equivalent is when some specific planet is put in the Kendra from the Moon or ascendant. Kendras are known as 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th houses. Deridra Yoga is shaped when the ruler of the 11th house is put in the 6th, 8th or 12th place of a kundli. There are other planetary mixes in outline which might frame Deridra Yoga. The 11th house, 9th house, and 2nd house are likewise worried about riches and karma. Assuming the rulers of these houses have any association with the 6th, 8th or 12th house or with the masters of these houses, Deridra Yoga is shaped. The masters of the 6th house, 8th house, or 12th house may likewise shape this yoga. So this yoga might be framed in numerous ways. The combination or the part of the benefic planet on this mix might decrease the opposite impact of this yoga. In contrast, the presence or part of the malefic planet might make this yoga more solid, making challenges and difficulty throughout everyday life. Gran Yoga. When the lights are impacted by the presence of Rahu and Ketu in an outline, this yoga is framed. Both Sun and Moon are known as lights in Indian astrology. Sun addresses the soul while Moon addresses the mind. When these are impacted by most malefic planets Rahu or Ketu, the people may not get steady life, and he might feel fretful for the duration of his life because of the powerless and burdened Sun or Moon. Shakat Yoga. This is likewise malefic yoga. When Jupiter is in the 6th or 8th house from the Moon, this awful yoga is framed. 6th and 8th houses are known as bad houses in a graph. Jupiter, the planet of success, information, and religion, gets impacted because of its position in the 6th or 8th house from the Moon, which is considered as significant as ascendant. Along these lines, the outcomes are misery throughout everyday life, presumptuous nature, and deferral and deterrence in marriage, especially in young ladies. Chandle Yoga or Guru. Chandle Yoga. This is again an unfavorable yoga in a diagram shaped when Jupiter is combusted with Rahu in a graph. Rahu is known for its adverse outcomes and obstacles in any good work. Subsequently, a local might be denied the beneficial aftereffects of Jupiter, like excellent or advanced education, smooth married life, and thriving because of the effect of Rahu. Kuja Yoga. Kuja Yoga or Manglik Dosha is shaped when Mars is in an outline 1st, 4th, 7th, 8th, and 12th. This is otherwise called Manglik Dosha. This dosha has an adverse consequence on the smooth wedded existence of a person. I have expounded exhaustively on this yoga in my other article. Extraordinary yogas in horoscope. There are different yogas in Indian astrology. Some significant yogas depend on the situation of other planets set in a horoscope. Here are some exceptional yogas framed by Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn in a graph. These yogas, for the most part, produce tremendous and positive outcomes. Here Mars structures Ruchika Yoga. Mercury structures Bhadra Yoga. Jupiter structures Hansa Yoga. Venus structures Milavia Yoga, and Saturn structures Sasa Yoga. On the whole, these are known as Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga. Rushaka Yoga when Mars is in worship, in Capricorn sign, or own sign, Aries or Scorpio, and is in point or Kendra from ascendant or moon. Ruchika Yoga is shaped. Mars addresses actual power. This yoga demonstrates an individual's boldness, real power, and mind. He will be renowned for these attributes and fruitful in overcoming his foes. It has been seen that numerous heroes and sports persons have Rushaka Yoga in their introduction to the world diagram. Bhadra Yoga. Bhadra implies a respectable man in the Hindi language. Along these lines, the Bhadra Yoga in Vedic astrology calls attention to the fact that a local of this yoga will be essentially delicate. As solid Mercury is engaged with an arrangement of this yoga, it suggests that the locals having this yoga will be learned, insightful with a sharp brain and solid memory. Benefic characteristics of Mercury will be acquired locally. Bhadra Yoga in a diagram is framed when Mercury is in its sign, Gemini, or Virgo, or its praise sign, and simultaneously it is in Kendra house from ascendant or moon. Virgo is again a worship sign for Mercury. Such locals achieve popularity because of their flawlessness and ability to correspond. Hansa Yoga as solid Jupiter is associated with an arrangement of this yoga. It infers that the locals having this yoga will be strict, taught, learned, educated, and accommodating. Beneficial characteristics of Jupiter will be acquired locally. The locals might lead a long existence with flourishing and satisfaction. Hansa Yoga is supposed to be framed when Jupiter is in its sign, Sagittarius or Pisces, or commendation, Cancer, and possesses a Kendra house either from ascendant or moon. Then, solid Jupiter all around set in. The diagram will yield more reliable and promising outcomes. Milavia Yoga as solid Venus is associated with the development of this yoga. It suggests that the locals having this yoga will be excellent, refined, agreeable, and prosperous. This is because the beneficial characteristics of Venus will be acquired locally. Therefore, the locals might lead a long existence with flourishing and joy. Malavia Yoga is shaped when Venus is in its sign, Taurus or Libra, or praise, Pisces, and involves a Kendra house from the ascendant or moon. Therefore, solid Venus positioned in the outline will yield more solid and favorable outcomes. The Malavia Yoga is a characteristic of a local's magnificence, beauty, attraction, and imaginative mentality. He might be enamored with great music, excellent ladies, expensive jewelry, and other extravagant things. But he keeps up with himself with alluring and chic articles of clothing and has a peaceful existence. Sasa Yoga solid Saturn is associated with the development of this yoga, suggesting that the locals having this yoga will be well known with a wealth of land and will be honored with power. Benefic characteristics of Saturn will be acquired locally. Therefore, the locals might lead a long existence with flourishing and satisfaction. Sasa Yoga is shaped when Saturn is in its sign, Capricorn or Aquarius, or its magnification sign, Libra, and involves Kendra house either from ascendant or moon. Therefore, solid Saturn, positioned in the outline, will yield more solid and favorable outcomes. It has been seen that popular lawmakers have this yoga in their diagram. Local. With this yoga might be the head of his family or the top of a town. The individual will adore his local spot. However, he might be quick and whimsical. He will have numerous workers with great abundance, well-being, and lifespan. Yogas framed by moon, our incredible rishis and soothsayers, fostered a means of dissecting and foreseeing the idea of an individual and the conceivable occasion that might happen in his life by concentrating on specific, explicit planetary mixes of planets in a graph. There are different yogas in Indian astrology. Some significant yogas dependent on the situation of moon are dissected thus. Sunapha Yoga is formed when there are some planets, except for Sun, Rahu, and Ketu, in the second house from the moon. This yoga is viewed as propitious, giving flourishing, knowledge, riches, inspirational perspective, and joyful life to a local. The local is an independent individual. He achieves everything in life by the ideals of his persistent effort. Assuming benefits are associated with this yoga, the outcome will be more grounded. In the event of malefic planets, the favorable outcome will be diminished, or there won't be any great outcome. Anafa Yoga is framed when there are some planets, except for Sun, Rahu, and Ketu, in the 12th house from the moon. This yoga is viewed as promising and gives numerous positive characteristics to its locals. The locals have great well-being with attractive characters. He might be well known and regarded by the general public. He gets the help of government specialists. He additionally has a parcel of tolerance and has a glad existence. Mars in this yoga gives an individual administration characteristic in power. Mercury makes him gifted in interchanges. Jupiter makes the local strict, learned, and associated with magnanimous exercises. Venus might make an individual a womanizer and enamored with sexual craftsmanship. Saturn might prompt hardships, and the presence of the hubs might make life dangerous. Darudara Yoga is shaped when there are planets, aside from Sun, Rahu, and Ketu, on one or the other side of the moon. For example, planets are set in the second house and the 12th house from the moon. All things considered, when both Sunapha and Anafa yogas are available in the graph, Darudara Yoga is naturally shaped. This is viewed as good yoga and makes its locals rich and gives every one of the materialistic solaces by the goodness of his diligent effort. He gets notoriety in the general public. Such an individual is reliable and savvy. The consequence of this yoga relies upon the idea of planets engaged with this yoga. The benefits will give a better and solid impact, while malefic may give negative or no outcome. Whenever encompassed by miracles, the local will be appealing, good-natured, strict, famous, rich, glad, cunning, fulfilled, bold and proficient. He will appreciate high status and every one of the solaces of life. He will be earnest and encircled by the faithful companions and family members. On the other hand, malefic will give adverse outcomes and make the local brutal, womanizer, greedy, and encompassed by underhanded individuals and adversaries. Aside from the idea of the planets shaping this yoga, the power and level of such planets ought to be examined alongside the lordship of the houses they address. Hence, the benefits, yet the masters of terrible houses will not give wanted outcomes. Kemdrum Yoga is formed when there is no planet, aside from Sun, Rahu, and Ketu, on the other side of the Moon. Moon doesn't get any help from different planets. The Moon turns out to be separated from everyone else and frail. The locals will likewise lead a lonely, unsatisfied and troublesome life. Some different blends or positions in the diagram limit or drop the adverse consequence of this yoga. Assuming Moon is in Kendra or Trikona house from the ascendant. Assuming the Moon has combined with other planets in the house it is arranged. Assuming that the Moon has the part of other planets, part of the benefic planet, will have a more grounded result. Yogas framed by Sun among different frameworks of expectation. Our rishis and soothsayers fostered a procedure for examining and anticipating the idea of an individual and the conceivable occasion that might happen in his life by concentrating on specific explicit planetary mixes of planets in an outline. There are different yogas in Indian astrology. For example, some significant yogas depend on the situation of the Moon and Sun, while others depend on the status of distant planets. Significant yogas dependent on the situation with Sun are Vashi Yoga. Vashi Yoga is shaped when there is a planet except for the Moon, Rahu, and Ketu in the second house from the Sun. Notwithstanding, the consequence of this yoga relies upon the benefic or malefic planet in this house. A benefic planet in the second house from the Sun will give excellent outcomes while the malefic planets yield adverse results. The local is not set in stone, alluring with initiative characteristics and various public contacts. Nevertheless, he ascends in life because of his diligent effort. Assuming benefits are put in this yoga, the local will be strict means he might want to take part in strict exercises. He will be straightforward, fortunate, and would have a cheerful existence. However, he might deal with some monetary issues in his day-to-day existence, yet the equivalent is overwhelmed by a section of time. If malefic planets structure this yoga, the locals will deal with problems in this simple fact. Vasi Yoga is framed when there is the planet except for Moon, Rahu, and Ketu in the 12th house from the Sun. In any case, the aftereffect of this yoga relies upon the presence of a benefic or malefic planet in this house. Therefore, a benefic planet in the 12th house from the Sun will give excellent outcomes while the malefic planets would yield adverse results. For the most part, this yoga demonstrates profound inclinations of an individual, and he might want to be occupied with the good exercises like causes and gifts. He will be savvy and dedicated. The public authority and senior specialists love such people. Ubayachari Yoga. This yoga is formed when there is a planet on either side of the Sun. Moon, Rahu, and Ketu are excluded in the formation of this yoga. When a person has both a Veshi and Vasi yoga in his chart, he has Ubayachari Yoga. Such a person is well-behaved, learned and resourceful. If benefits are involved in this yoga, the person will be courageous with a good circle of friends. Malefic planets, however, reduce the positive effect of this yoga. Please like and subscribe NTS blog.